Hey everyone, this is your favorite history buff. We are traveling with history. Today I want to go through part 2 of the history of cars. Last time I dug into the origins, now we'll get further on into the modern times. This one will also come with a little bit of reviews. Not all of it, but just enough to speed things up. I do hope this one is educational for you. Anyways, shall we begin? There's the timeline. Little review. 1860, Jean-Joseph Etienne Lenoir created the first internal combustion engine. Nicholas Otto patented the first gas engine, 1864. And which I forgot to mention much in the last video was Carl Benz, considered the father of the automobile. 1886, May 14th, he built the first one. And there's George Brayton, invented the first commercially liquid-fueled engine. And this one will be important for a little later on. Andreas Flocken designed the non-crude electric car in 1888. Beforehand, it didn't work as well. Improvements come along. Ferdinand Porsche, I'm sure you recognize that surname, had the first hybrid car in 1900 revealed. The first electric stars in 1911 eliminated the cranking mechanisms needed, making it easier. And this one, 1912, police officer had the first electric traffic light, sirens. Dodge made a car completely of steel, the first one to do so, 1914. I got the four-wheel brakes, invented to stop safety, 1921. 1931, Mercedes-Benz, first independent suspension system, better handling and the ride of the car. Things were a little tricky back then. And of course, 35, 39, I say flash turn signal, air conditioning, you know, all the important goods. Now, I want to get into the next part. Oh, I forgot. There's more to the timeline. 1930s, commercial in-car radio. Galvan manufacturing, American made. 1940, Carl Putz designed a Jeep used by the Allies in World War II. 1949, Chrysler, the first car key, replaced a hand crank. Not just electric cars. 1950s, cruise control, ironically invented by a blind man named Ralph Teeter. 51, steering, created by us Americans. 53, Chrysler improved on the air conditioning. And this one's another important one. By Sweden, 1958, May 4th, the very first seatbelt was installed. Saved a lot of lives. And we got the anti-lock braking system in 71, Chrysler again. Digital dashboard, 1976. CD players, 1984. Satellite navigation, or GPS, year 2000. Of course, Bluetooth the next year. And 2014, the Tesla Autopilot Model S featured adaptive cruise control and lane centering. I believe that's Elon Musk's company. Politics aside. Now, when we talk about the safety features, anti-lock brakes, tire pressure sensors, electronic stability, help the drivers, hopefully to prevent a terrible accident. There's still technologies that are very distracting for drivers, such as hands-on. Even with the hands-free, still be dangerous. Calls, texts, and music. So, I recommend keeping both hands on the steering wheel for your safety. Even with the laws that are constantly being updated. And science technology will always be used for car safety. Rest assured on that one. Safety always is first when it comes to driving. Now for the next part. Haha. This one, insurance history. If you want to know about the first car insurance policy in the United States, Travelers Insurance, issued to Dr. Truman Martin, who lived in Buffalo, New York at the time. And then you got further on, 1925, Massachusetts, Connecticut passed the laws making coverage mandatory, though Connecticut only required to sign up after the crash had happened. 1956, New York wanted all their drivers insured, all their vehicles. And of course, a year later, North Carolina followed suit with the coverage law, and many other states came in to follow this 60s and 70s. There were still problems with something such as scams. Greedy companies inflated premiums, denied valid claims, understandably frustrating customers. Sadly, things like that can still happen around. But there are ways, such as in the 1980s. The scam known as redlining is where insurance denies coverage based on the location. Those reforms were made, but it can still be a bit of an issue. But at least improvements are coming along. There we go. Now for the companies. I mentioned Travelers was the first one. 1864, I guess a year before the Civil War ended. Liberty Mutual, 1912. State Farm, 1922, along with USAA. Nationwide is on your side, 1925. American Family, 1927. We Are Farmers, 1928. Allstate, 1931. Geico, 1936. And Progressive, 1937. The largest insurance companies, Travelers, obviously the earliest, Progressive was the latest. Progressive being in 1937 made sense, considering the rise of progressive politics. And it's during the Great Depression. This was after Roosevelt was elected president. USAA and Geico had the government and military background. Geico a little more on the government emphasis. USAA a little bit more on the military. State Farm and Farmers, well, that's an obvious one. And Allstate had the interesting one. With their first claim, the customer had a door handle nearly ripped off. It was a theft. This was in Chicago, so it makes sense. Unfortunate, but things like that happen too. That's what insurance is for. It's with some safe driving. But nonetheless, this has all been very helpful. Now, for the rise of the electric vehicles. Well, they have declined in popularity. They've come back in the 21st century. From 2020 to 2023, electric cars, their total shares grew from around 4% to 18%. Advancements of batteries have made them cheaper, and they're able to go a longer distance. This was the environmentally friendly advertisement for less emissions. Thus not much of a carbon footprint, which are left by gas cars. Although there was also still the issue of how the batteries came to be, such as stripping through the mines, India, China. It was a trade-off. Despite any success, there's always the debate between the gas and electricity. When it comes to vehicles, hybrids have also been a compromise. If anyone can find an environmentally friendly vehicle 100%, let me know. I want to know a lot about that. Autonomous cars, also known as driverless vehicles, used in urban areas. Waymo, the company, let's just say they really pushed to the brink for this one, driverless cars. Though there could be a problem with chaotic environments such as the weather. Hurdles such as hills, rocky areas could also be an issue. And the public may not fully trust them yet. We'll see how it goes in the future. I want to thank everyone for watching this video. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to know about any other videos. I try to look from all political sides on this one. There will be a part 3. Yes, even in the modern part. Anyways, bye-bye now.